Student, now today we'll start the company balance sheet under the schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so basically in this chapter actually you have to segregate the assets and liabilities and put in such a manner, the manner which is given by the ICI, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. They are given a certain format and we have to follow this format. What is the format? First, let's see the format of the balance sheet. Now see, this is the format of the balance sheet as per the Companies Act 2013. And this balance sheet should be maintained by any private limited company and the limited company as per provision of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so for the private limited and the limited company you have to prepare balance sheet like this, which is shown by screen. Okay, so this is the format, assets and liabilities under horizontal format. But okay, in previously we see the vertical format and this is the horizontal format. There is a head, shareholder fund, share application money, non-current liabilities under, this is the main head and these are known as subhead. This is the main head and this is the known as subhead. Okay, in assets there is a non-current assets, the main head is non-current asset, under this fixed assets, tangible, intangible, capital work in progress and intangible assets under the development. Non-current investment, deferred tax net, long-term loans, other non-current asset bear. And in current assets, there is a current investment, inventories, trade receivable, cash in cash bank, short-term loan and advance, and other current assets. This is the main head, and you have to put the figure on these following heads. Okay, so this is the format for the balance sheet. Now you can see I am showing a chart that each and every item of the balance sheet where it's come, the main head and the subhead. See, there is a 67 item are there. Debentures under the main head, subhead long-term borrowing, that means the debenture will come under the long-term borrowing, non-current liabilities. Okay, so the non-current liabilities, long-term borrowing, so debenture will be come over there. So this is the chart which is given. This will come under the subhead and the main head. The first is main head and the second is subhead. Now let us start a example sum. Okay, so we'll start a sum. Now let's see one example which is comes ISC 2015. Okay, so this is a simple trial balance are there, so you have to prepare the balance sheet under the schedule 3. As we can see the balance sheet of Moonlight Limited, here nothing is mentioned about the whether it is a schedule 3, whether it is a horizontal or whether it is a vertical format, but we should always follow the schedule 3 format. Why? Because see there is a Moonlight Limited at there. Okay, in earlier I said that any private limited company and the limited company they are follow the schedule 3 guideline under the provision of the Companies Act 2013. So here the share capital that we have, so share capital definitely it is come under the shareholder fund. Okay, so we have to give a note. First share capital, note number 1. So see the format of the note of the 1. So the share capital of 40,000 shares at the rate of rupees 40,000. Okay, so it is come under, there is nothing is mentioned about the authorized capital. Okay, so the authorized capital is unknown. So authorized capital is unknown. Now after the issued capital, so how many shares are issued? So very simple, there is a 40,000 equity shares. 40,000 equity share of 10 each we are issued. So the issued capital 10 each, so it must be 40,000 share into 10. So it is come under the issued capital. Okay. Now the subscribed capital are there. To see, there is a calls in area. There is a calls in area of 2000. Okay. So 2000 there is a calls in area. So it is come under the issued capital and nothing is mentioned about the subscribed capital. So always put this same figure as issued and subscribed capital. So the issued and subscribed capital is 4 lakh, but there is a calls in area. The calls in area is 2000. Nothing is about the share forfeiture. So as a result, the total shareholder share capital would be 3,98,000. Okay, so hope it is clear. Now from the note number 1, the share capital is 3,98,000. Now the question about the comes under the reserve and surplus. So in reserve and surplus, normally all reserves are there. So how many reserves are left? So there is a one general reserve are there. It is come under the reserve and surplus, but nothing else. So only one item under the general reserve, that is 1,30,000. Okay. So in reserve and surplus, only the general reserve are there. Only general reserve, that is 1,30,000. So that 1,30,000 will come under the note to 1,30,000. Okay. Money received against share warrant, nothing is there. Now the non-current liabilities. Under the non-current liabilities, long-term borrowing. So what do you mean by the long-term borrowing? Now check the long-term borrowing means. Long-term borrowing means debentures in. So there is a long-term borrowing, there is no debenture, but there is a mortgage loan. There is a mortgage loan of 16%. So you have to write over here as a note number 3, and you have to write note number 3, long-term borrowing. Under the long-term borrowing come 16% mortgage loan. Which is amounts to 1,70,000. So under this head, the mortgage loan will come. Okay. Now after this, deferred tax net, normally there is nothing. Other long-term liabilities, so you have to see the other long-term liabilities. So there is no other long-term liabilities. Now under the long-term liabilities, under the long term provisions, there is a provision for tax and proposed dividend normally are there. So here provision for taxation are there. So under long term provisions, the note number 4, under the long term provision, come provision for taxation. How much the provision for taxation? The provision for taxation only 26,000. So under this head, the provision for taxation will come the provision for tax, it's come under the short term provision. It is short term provision. Short term provisions. Okay, so under the short term provisions it will come. So short term provision, note number 4, okay. So the liability side is complete. There is no short term borrowing, there is no trade payable. Trade payable come under the current liabilities. So trade payable means the sundry creditors, bills payable. Other current liabilities mean outstanding expenses. These are, so nothing are there. This is a very small sum. Now move to the asset sides. In asset side, fixed assets under the tangible assets. So in under the tangible assets, we have to put plant and machinery, furniture, building, etc., etc. Okay. So under the note number 5, you have to write tangible assets. Under these tangible assets, plant and machinery are there. So you have to write plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. So what is the value of plant and machinery? 2,90,000. But nothing else. Under the tangible assets, only one thing is there, that is 2,90,000 plant and machinery. So in tangible assets, the note number 5, it's 2,90,000. Now in under the intangible assets, which item are come under the intangible assets? Like patent, copyright, goodwill. These are the intangible assets. Intangible assets. So under the intangible assets, there is a goodwill. There is a goodwill of 40,000. So the goodwill of 40,000 will come over here. So under the intangible assets, the goodwill will come like 40,000. Okay. Now there is no capital work in progress, intangible assets under development. There is no non-current investment. Nothing is there. These are extra. Now under the current assets, there is a current investments. There is a current investment under the marketable security. It will be known as current investment. Okay. So note number 7 you have to write, and this is 6, this is 7. So under the note of current assets, under the note of current assets, there is a current investments, not current assets, is the subhead is current investment. So under the current investment, the marketable security are come. The marketable security will come. So what is the value of marketable securities? So there is a marketable securities of only 5,000. So under the current assets, note number 7, the marketable security. Now the inventories means stock. Under the stock, see the store and spare are there, so it is also come under the inventories, stores and pairs. So note number 8, under this head, inventories, stores and pairs, it is come under the inventories. Under the inventories, store and spares, stores and spares are 1,15,000. So it will come under the inventory. So now trade receivable means the sundry debtors, bills receivable. So it is come bill receivable, that is 90,000, and there is a debtors also, it is come under the trade receivable. So it will be note number 9. In note number 9, in note number 9, trade receivable, there is a sundry debtors, and the bills receivable. Two items are there. So two items are there. Sundry debtors and bills receivable are there. Bill receivable is 90,000, and the sundry debtors, so altogether the total is 2,05,000. Okay, sorry, debtors is 1,66,000. So it became 2,56,000. So 2,56,000. There is cash in hand. Cash and cash equivalent means the cash in hand, cash at bank. So the cash in hand, cash at bank are there, 18,000 and 2,000. No, sorry, only the cash in hand are there. So only the cash in hand are there. So cash and cash equivalent. Under this head, cash and cash equivalent, cash at bank, cash in hand are there. Under the head of 10. So what is the value of cash in hand? 2,000. Okay, so here, okay, no, sorry, it's 80. So under this head, So the trade receivable, bill receivable and debtors are come in under the inventory, store and spare are there. Trade receivable under cash in hand, cash at bank is 18,000. So under this head, so as a result, see my balance sheet total, this 7,24,000. So here it is also 7,24,000. So hope student it is clear for you. It's a very simple, but you have to know that the which item under the which subhead and which main head. Thank you so much.